Hey guys, it's Carolyn. I am trying to spend most of today reading to finish I Capture the Castle by Dodie Smith, but I'm also, I just really wanted to make a couple videos as well. So the videos that I'm going to show you guys today are, I'm going to do a set of videos about all the books that I own that I have not yet read. This is quite a long list, so what I'm going to do is I'm only going to show you, oh, and by the way, if I'm talking weird, it's because I just recently got braces on my bottom teeth again, but anyway, that's beside the point. I'm going to show you guys the books, and instead of going into a whole lot of detail, I'm just going to tell you the title and the author, and then if you guys want to know more about any of them, just shoot me a comment down below, and only watch these videos if you guys are interested, because I'm just making them because I really feel like it, and I feel like if I make a video with all of these books and then see it for myself, it might, like, kind of make me realize that I really need to go on a book buying ban, because that's a lot. This is going to be like 5 or 6 videos probably, and again, only watch them if you want to, because, yeah, they're going to be kind of long, so only do that if this is something that you're interested in. If you're not, just, you know, skip this one, that's fine, and the next couple. But yeah, so I wanted to show you guys all of these because there's a lot of them, and the first couple that I'm going to show you aren't in any particular order because they were just, I put them randomly on my shelves. And then the ones I'm going to show you guys later on are actually in boxes that are categorized, and these just wouldn't fit in the boxes, so that's why they're kind of random and unorganized. And there's several of them that, I own, but they'll probably be the last ones that I go to, for ones that I own that I haven't read, like once I've finished all the ones that I really care about. And I mean, I'll tell you guys which ones those are as we go along, which you guys will probably be able to guess which ones I don't, or I won't get to immediately, just because they aren't nearly as interesting. But, anyway, let's get started. Okay, so, first up, we have Dodger by Terry Pratchett. Once a Witch by Carolyn McCullough. Never Let Me Go by Kazuo Ishiguro. Oh, and you guys will also recognize several of these from my bookshelf tours. The Selected Poems of Emily Dickinson. Terror Road by Maeve Binchy. May she rest in peace, because she recently passed away. Fall of Giants by Ken Follett. Little Dorrit by Charles Dickens. The Selected Poems of Robert Burns. Picture of Dorian Gray and Other Writings by Oscar Wilde. Knots in My Yo-Yo String, An Autobiography of a Kid by Jerry Spinelli. That's quite short, so I'll be able to read that pretty quickly once I get to it. Harry, A History by Melissa Anelli. Little Women by Louisa May Alcott. Joe's Boys, also by Louisa May Alcott. The Phantom Toll Booth by Norton Juster, and this one I actually don't own. This is on loan from a friend, so I'll probably read this pretty soon because I think I'm seeing him in a couple months. So yeah. American Gods by Neil Gaiman. This one is also on loan, and I will also be reading this in the next like month or two. Songs of Innocence and Experience by William Blake. Anne of Avonlea by L.M. Montgomery. Poison Study by Maria V. Snyder. Hans Christian Andersen's Fairy Tales. Possession by A.S. Byatt. Ruby in the Smoke and Shadow in the North, both by Philip Pullman. The Six Wives of Henry VIII by Alison Weir. This is one of the ones where if I don't get to it, I won't be embarrassed or ashamed of myself, but I do kind of really want to read it just because this is my favorite time period. Eleanor and Franklin by Joseph P. Lash. Also one of the ones where if I don't get to it, I don't think I'll mind. Uncrowned King, The Life of Prince Albert by Stanley Weintraub. I had to use this for a paper, but I didn't read the entire thing, and I really want to because Queen Victoria and Prince Albert are two of my favorite royals, so yeah. Continuing with that, Queen Victoria's Children by John Vanderkiste. Nim's Island by Wendy Orr. How the Scots Invented the Modern World, the true story of how Western Europe's poorest nation created our world and everything in it by Arthur Herman. Again, if I don't get to it, not that big a deal, but I am really intrigued by this book, so this will probably be one of the ones that I do want to get to. Marcus Aurelius' Meditations. Homer's The Odyssey. The Wit and Wisdom of Winston Churchill. The Gallic War by Julius Caesar. Portrait of a Lady by Henry James. We Too, Victoria and Albert Rulers, Partners, and Rivals by Gillian Gill. Again, I used part of this for a paper, and I just didn't get to read all of it, and I really want to. The Last Boleyn by Karen Harper. A Modest Proposal by Jonathan Swift and Other Satirical Works. Technically, I did have to read this, I think, in its entirety for school, but it's one that I really want to get to again, and it's quite short, so easy. Jean-Jacques Rousseau, On the Social Contract. The Analects by Confucius. The Trial and Death of Socrates by Plato. The Tao Te Ching by Lao Tzu, I think. Antigone by Sophocles. We did this play at my high school, and I loved it. So technically I have heard the entire thing, but I really do want to read it. Cold Comfort Farm by Stella Gibbons. I will probably actually be getting to this in the next couple of days because I'm just in that kind of mood. I'm still reading I Captured the Castle, and it just kind of, I feel like this is going to have that same really comfortable feeling to it, and this is supposed to be hilarious and not nearly as dramatic as I Capture the Castle, so this should be good. Happy Ever After by Nora Roberts. I also really want to get to this month. The Andrew Poems by Shelley Wagner. Again, if I don't get to it, not that big a deal. Homer's The Iliad. The Janitor's Boy by Andrew Clements. Madame de Pompadour by Nancy Mitford, introduction by Amanda Foreman. Atonement by Ian McEwan. Children of the Mind by Orson Scott Card. Beautiful Chaos by Cami Garcia and Margaret Stoll. and it is gorgeous, so I would love, like, flipping through it, but I don't think it's one that I need to sit down and read straight through. Okay. The French Lieutenant's Woman, John Fowles, not Jonathan Fowles, John Fowles. Where We Belong by Emily Giffin. The Strange Case of Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde by Robert Louis Stevenson. Oh, and Other Tales. The View from Saturday by E.L. Konigsberg. Keep in Touch, The Sisterhood of the Traveling Pants. Letters, Notes, and More from Sisterhood of the Traveling Pants. If I don't get to it, that's not that big a deal. This is actually an old library book that I lost and then paid for and then found. But yeah, if I don't get to it, that's not that big a deal. But I just think it would be a cute companion to read once I've finished that saga. Princess Academy by Shannon Hale. Again, old library book that I lost, paid for, and then found again. Island of the Aunts by Eva Ibbotson. I love all of her books for older, like teenagers and young adults, so I'm sure I would love this one. And again, old library book. Island of the Blue Dolphins by Scott Odell. Devil in the White City by Eric Larson. Turn of the Screw and the Aspirin Papers by Henry James. Sarah's Key by Tatiana de Rosnay. Extremely Loud and Incredibly Close by Jonathan Safran Foer. The Elegance of the Hedgehog by Muriel Barbary. And T.S. Eliot's Murder in the Cathedral. Yeah, so that's all the ones I have in this giant pile. So that's going to be the end of this first video, and I think I'm going to do one more random pile, and then most of the other ones should be organized in boxes, so there'll be quite a few of those coming up. But yeah, so let me know if you guys have read any of the books that I've talked about here, or if you want to know anything more about any of the books that I've talked about, just shoot me a comment down below. So yeah, I'll see you guys next time. Thanks.